Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we are in CML2 Basic Housekeeping IPv4. All right, so completely different than the Packet Tracer or GNS3. Our desktops are Linux based, and obviously we have our iOS router. So let's get started. All right, enough with the BS. Let's go here. Let's connect this. So it tells you E0. Why E0? Why don't we have a fast Ethernet? But okay. To G00. And yes, as I go through this, I'm going to be like, why is it doing that? All right, so here we go. We're going to play. And we're going to play. That takes forever to start because you got to go to a controller to actually, no, not there. Simulate. Is it the console? Oh, no, I have the console in. There you go. Console in. And then console in. So we go back over here. Make sure you click console. And that's going to take forever to open up. So while that's opening up, and I'm just going to leave it there so you can see how long it takes. All right, we're going to go ahead, this new interface. Let me just show you around real quick. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better. There's no labeling. Just this is one of the new things that they put the interfaces now. Thank you so much, Cisco. They put the labels in. But again, now the good thing is we're now forced to go into Linux. All right. Oh, look, and the desktop is up already. So let's mess around with that. So the password that nobody tells you is Cisco. There you go. All right. So we need to put an IP address. And obviously, since it's Linux, you know, it's not your regular TCP/IP like you see in Windows. All right. They just got to make it all crazy. So, and we want to be the root user. So sudo -i. All right, we're gonna go and then you check it. Okay, so I'm the root user. Cool. All right, so now I go to vi/etc/net Don't screw this up. All right, you'll be going somewhere that if you don't know this, you'll be like, oh, what to do now, George? What do I do? Okay, click, type the letter I. Go down so you can start typing. Get rid of where it says DHCP. Okay, and put static. All right, go down. All right, now you can just tab over and you're going to put address. Don't mess this up. It'll take it. Even if you mess the spelling up, it won't give you an error. It'll take it. So be careful. 192.168.1.1. And then you net mask. Is it net mask? Or is it mask? I forget. Well, let's put mask. How about that? I want to put mask. I want to put net mask. It's okay. We'll put mask. If it's wrong, we'll find out soon. In the sense that it won't give us an error, it just won't work. That's the error right there. Oh, it's not working. Gateway, I know that's right. 192.168.1.254. You know, we all need to learn Linux, but hey, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. All right. Then what do we do here? We hit escape key, shift : WQ. Awesome. It's not what? WQ. Oh, caps. Sorry. Shift : WQ. Enter. Oh, caps. Linux is case sensitive. Okay. This real world? Comment below. All right. Then you gotta do service, networking, restart. You get all greens, and we're like, cool, it worked. So we do if config, and we have a 192.168.1.1 and a mask of 255.255.2.0. Awesome. Then we're gonna do netstat -nr, and then we see that we have 192.168.1.0, and we have a gen mask, not a net mask. And over here it says a mask. We don't have a gateway though. Look what it says here. It says gen mask. I never seen that before. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out sooner or later. If anything, we'll go ahead and come back and fix it. I'm sure the router booted up by now. Okay. Sure has. I think. All right. Oh no, we don't want that. No, Control C. Control C gets you out of that, or it should. All right. Real world. Okay. Yeah, we'll just have to wait now. Would you like to see the current? No, I will not. Control C. Okay, this can't be found, and it just keeps booting. All right, so while that's doing its thing, like I said, here you can just It says toggle link labels, meaning you can take out the label from there, put it back on. That's awesome. Here, you can make it full screen. Here, you can make this smaller or bigger. Or here, you can center it. And here, you can undo your last action, which is just awesome. Okay, node info. Here, you can change the name, you know, to whatever you want it to. You can call it something different, right? Okay, and we're on this node, so that would be that node here. So let's just call it R1, right? You can call it R1, and we gotta save it, by the way, R1, or else it won't work. Okay, there you go. Oh, look, it changed it. See, we can come here, come here, come here. Okay, now we're there. Node info, and we'll just call it PC1 because I want to. Okay, and we go back to the router node. Okay. Oh, I think we're done. I think we're done. All right, cool. Now you may want to change the font size because it's pretty friggin' small. You can only go up to 20. That's it. You know, if you're like me, that I can't see anything, you're out of gas. So 20 is the highest that it goes. All right, and let's save it. All right, cool. Hopefully you can see that. I barely can't. Okay, and then yeah, you should see that. That should be right there at the bottom. All right, so we're gonna do some basic housekeeping. All right, we're gonna do enable. Ooh, that's not a command. Enable CompT hostname R1. Right, we're gonna do the same things. Enable password Cisco. Okay, one of the first things you want to do in CML2, and when you're configuring your routers, you want to do the no IP domain lookup and logging synchronous in your console line. Why? Because this thing always, it says, look what it says here. For the enable password Cisco, deprecated warning command has been added to the configuration using type 0 password. So they don't want this anymore. There's something you can do. So they don't want this anymore based on this iOS or this program. So, but I'll show you how to do something else. But definitely the first thing you want to do is no IP domain hyphen lookup. Okay, and you want to go into your line con0. You can do your password Cisco. We're going to make a username and password anyway. Password Cisco. And let's do, since we're here, login local. Because we're going to create a username and password. Okay, and then we're going to put login synchronous. Yes, because it's going to interrupt you big time, big time, big time. All right, so you don't want that. So let's go ahead and exit out of there. And then we're going to do, so we got the enable, password Cisco, enable, secret student. Let's see if it gives me an error. It doesn't want you to do it. It didn't do that. It didn't do that. So whatever. Let's do the service. Because you need to know these commands for CCNA. Probably your Network Plus. Service, password, hyphen encryption. Awesome. And that should be deprecated since we have a different way of doing things now. We have the same thing, banner, Motd, all right? You choose your banner. Oh, so it's line, okay. So we're gonna do $, money, 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 stay out. Okay? Careful, there are delimiting characters you can't use, but you'll know. They're about to let you know what you can't use. You gotta memorize them, sure, for the test and forget them. All right, because real world, you configure and you forget it, right? Because you don't go back to do this over and over again, do you? And that's why you have all the hard time. All right, All right, what is it, banner? My God. Okay, let's do the username. Username is gonna be a little bit different than before. LD is privilege. I'm an administrator, obviously. 15, right? Now look at all these different things we can do now, right? So what we're gonna do, this is what they tell you to do in the test, okay? For an RC. Username, yeah. Username, LD is privilege 15. Algorithm, wow. So the one MD5 has been cracked. So when they're talking about MD5, that's what we were, that's been cracked already. So it's useless. So we want to use script or SHA, right? So let's just use script. Or are we using SHA? Which one are we using? I think we're using script. Okay. Yeah. And then we do secret. And then we put the secret password. Mango. Okay. You're going to see what that's going to turn into. All right. In a second. What else we got? Oh, yeah. So we did no IP domain lookup, but we need to do an IP domain hyphen name because we're going to do SSH, globed.net. All right, and then, oh, I spelled that wrong. Let me go ahead and do real world, right? And then just right click. Hey, that's not real world. What's up with that? I should have been able to paste. GNS3 does that. All right, IP domain hyphen name globed.net. Okay, you real world guys and gals. All right, IP domain lookup. IP domain globed.net. We're not going to point to a server. We just need that for the RSA keys. Okay, so we have the host name and that, so we can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and do it. IP SSH. What do we need? Oh, look at all that. Authentication retry. How many are they? Hey, packet tracer's cool. Packet tracer's on point. Well, no, packet tracer. Well, they give you the same, but we always use 3, don't we? Please create the RSA keys to enable SSH. Okay, so that's what we're saying. I understand. I'll create them, no worry. IP SSH timeout. What is it now? It's still 120 seconds. How about that? How about I'll create them now, dude? Chill. All right. So we're gonna do crypto key generate. Hit enter there. RSA. And then what? And then what? What do we put? We can't put a number. It says usage key, storage, signature, redundancy, on. So if I hit enter, what happens? Oh, look, that's why. But these are all the options you can do. You see? But what we do in the packet tracer and GNS3 is the same. Here we get more options, obviously, but not even the NRC do they talk about this. Okay? So, so you know. So you know. All right, 2048. Okay? And then it's going to use r1.globed.net to create those keys, and they have. All right, now they want version 2, so you can do IP SSH version, right? And then let's see what kind of versions. Okay, 2. Awesome. So we're going to use IP version 2. All right, so let's go to line con. Well, I did line con 0 already, right? Yeah, I sure did. So let's go line VTY 0 space 924. Wow, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's just do the default 0 through 4. Okay, I'm going to do password, Cisco, login, local though. Login local. Why? Because we want to log in with a local password. That's why. All right, we'll do a login synchronous. Right, we don't want to. If we're doing a terminal session, a telnet session, or SSH session, we don't want to be interrupted. And then login. I'm sorry. Exec hyphen. Really? Exec. And that's what you do. You see how I put a letter and a question mark? Exec. Same thing as the others, simulators. Exec hyphen timeout. 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Let's just see if it gives you the. Whoa, that's a lot of minutes. Don't put 0, obviously. You'd be a jerk. Okay, and the timeout is in minutes. Don't put 1 minute. And the other ones would be seconds. Here's in minutes. Okay, so 10 minutes. Well, this is seconds. And look how many seconds. Okay, 10 minutes, 45 seconds. There you go. So at least this gives you like a maximum. That's awesome. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna do. We're in telnet, right? Yeah, and we're gonna do transport, input. Now you're gonna do lab, PBTA. Okay. LAT, MOP, none, PAD, remote login, SSH, telnet, UDP-TN, or V-120. All right. Well, you make your comments down here. All right. You're going to tell me all these commands. Which ones is used for what scenario? Okay. But I'm just going to put all because it's a lab. Don't worry about security. It's a lab. All right, I'm just trying to show you what you can do. Same things. All right, so let's take a look at what we got. Okay, let's take a look at what we got. So start. Take a look at this. Okay, so we got the service password hyphen encryption. All right, we got the host name, Look at the secret. No longer is it 7 or 5, right? It's 9. That's using the algorithm type. We used script. Look at that. That's awesome. That's why it was deprecated, the enable password Cisco. That's been deprecated. But okay, whatever. At least you know, well, look, this is still 7. 7 sucks. Okay, no good. Okay, that's the service password hyphen encryption. No IP domain lookup. You don't want to get disturbed. Your IP domain name is global.net. The only reason we did that was for the purposes of creating the RSA keys. All right, there's my username. Look at all that. That is awesome. All right, awesome. All right. Oh, we need the IP addresses. We haven't done that. Scrolling down. My keyboard is going crazy. It's nervous. All right. I'm not going to turn on IP HTTP server or secure server, which is interesting because that's not new. This command right here, that's not new. That was around back in 2000. I used it, yeah, back in 2000, let's say 4, 2005. That was around because we had the security device manager, I think it's what it was called, the SDM, that we were able to log into. Or you can just log into the switch or the router itself. Nasty screen, no real nice GUI, but it was kind of a GUI that you can get into by turning on IP HTTP server, which is port 80, and secure server, which is port 443. So now in CML2, they allow you to do this. Others don't let you, but this one does. How about that? That's awesome. Well, I guess it's the iOS, right? It's the iOS you have. And then blah, 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 blah. Nothing else. Okay. So I just want to make sure that, because I didn't see any SSH, maybe it didn't take my commands, IP SSH, authentication retries 3, IP SSH, timeout is going to be, what is it, 120? Okay, because I am doing IP SSH, the keys are there and everything, we saw that being made, so that's cool. All right, let's put the IP address. Now, since we have a label here, we can see on the G00, that's cool. Before we had to go into the connectivity tab and take a look. This is the older version. We have to go in here. Okay, the PC, it's backwards. The PC is the E0, the router one is G00, and we're over here. Let me go back to the console. And you gotta go back and forth. Now you get to see the label, right? Which is cool. So interface G0/0, right? IP address. And that's gonna be, what is it gonna be? Oh, because I don't have a label there. I'm using 192, right? Yeah, I'm the gateway, 192.168.1.254, 255.205.205.0, and then just doing no shuts. So you can see that the normal everyday commands work, okay? This is just a very basic, I guess introduction into it, but you can see it working. All right, now, show IP in brief. All right, we see that it's up, 192.168.1.254. How about show protocols? Right? We want to see the mask as well. We're using a 24. Awesome, awesome. Show IP protocol. There should be nothing because we're not routing. And it's just that 0 is always going to be there. This application, that's always going to be there. Don't even worry about it. Okay? I'm not concerned with it. Let's look at the routing table. Show IP route. Okay, and then boom. All right, cool. Can we ping our host? 192.168.1.1. And, success. Let's go backwards. And we ping our gateway because GenMask. I never heard of GenMask. If you have, please let me know. Ping 192.168.1.254. Is it if ping or is it ping? See, ping is not found. So ping is not a Linux command. Minus ash. Okay, so let's do help. No. Okay, cool. So, all right. I know I can ping it. So there it is. If you know a command to ping in Linux, then you're good to go. If ping, I don't know. Oh, no, wait a minute. Ping 192.168.1.254. Silly me. I forgot that Linux was case sensitive. Sorry. All right, so we can ping. Is there a telnet command? Telnet 192.168.1.254. Oh, there is. Awesome. LDS password Mango, MANGO. There you go, and we're in. Awesome. Let's try SSH. This should be interesting. SSH. Oh no, it's caps. Forgot. SSH minus L. LD is, caps. Because that's in the router. LD is, and then the IP address 192.168.1.254. Nope, unable to negotiate 192.164 through port 22. No matching key exchange method found. All right, so that could be, maybe they didn't take it, okay, because I was before, see? Remember, it was telling me, turn this on, turn this on. So let's redo that again. So we're going to do crypto key, unless we got to do something like generate RSA. You already have RSA keys. Do you want to replace them? Nope, I do not. Okay, so that's there. So maybe it's something I need to do in Linux to make that happen. I'm not worried about it. I have connectivity. I'm able to telnet. If I were to configure something in Linux to make it happen, I can make it happen. But again, this is your basic, CLI, and you're more concerned with this, obviously, the router, right, and its configurations. If you're a Linux guru, more power to you. I'll soon be one, okay, and then I'll be able to do whatever I want to do. But for the CCNA and the Network Plus and CCNP and whether it be the core or the designation, what they're asking is, the router and the switch. This is just basic housekeeping, just showing you around the configuration. It's pretty much the same. You do have other things, and we'll do other labs available. I don't want to make this too long. It's already 21 minutes. Okay. But again, this is CML2. A couple different things. I think one other thing you saw different was the fact that it was the enable secret Cisco. Yes, deprecated. Using the algorithm type for local username and password to have a higher type of encryption, which is good. All right. And if you don't do the RSA keys first, all right, it's not going to allow you to do the IPSSH timeout and all that good stuff. So go ahead and do your RSA keys. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. But there'll be more labs to come. See you in the next one.